Hi, I'm Sharon Jamison, and I am the CEO and the founder of the Jamison Group. And as Women's Month comes to a close, I wanted to share three lessons that were passed down to me and many other women. And these are three lessons that I believe have hurt our ability to connect with each other, our sisters, in deeper, loving, consistent ways. So, what were the three lessons that we were taught and that we learned from watching our mothers, our aunts, or any type of woman who was an authority figure? One of the lessons I learned very early in my life, I learned that women can't be trusted. That was a saying that I heard women say all the time. Women can't be trusted. And since I learned that at such an early age, I have to be honest and say that I grew up being suspicious of other women. I grew up feeling distrustful. I grew up feeling that I had to watch my back. I grew up feeling at any moment another woman would betray me and belittle me and hurt me. And the unfortunate thing is that I, as well as many other women in corporate America, in faith traditions, in sisterhoods, act as if that statement was true because we all learned it. And so we learn to take preemptive strikes against people. We learn to not like women in advance. We learn to put on our armor in case we were rejected. So I want you to think about, did you learn that statement? And if you did, how is that statement that women can be trusted showing up in your life today? How is that feeling, that insight, that tradition, which was really a trap, how is that preventing you from trusting another woman? How is that keeping you isolated? Because the truth is, some of us are isolated and we are walking and operating in isolation when we really yearn connection. Because we have been taught and we have somehow inculcated and imbibed that message on a unconscious level that other women cannot be trusted, and so we push away and push aside the very women that we need to help us navigate in the world. So that is one lesson that I learned, that I realized, and it took me decades to learn, that the lesson that I was taught as a little girl was not true. The second message that I learned as a little girl, and I learned that other women have learned it, the lesson to never let them see you sweat. Oh, if I had $1 for every time someone told me that, I would be a millionaire. But that was a trap because I grew up feeling that I couldn't tell the truth. I couldn't tell the truth that being in shape was hard. I couldn't tell the truth that corporate America was difficult. I couldn't tell the truth that staying married was challenging. I couldn't tell the truth because I was taught to never let someone see you sweat or struggle. So as a result, I struggled alone. I struggled in isolation and denied myself the support that I so needed to live a life of abundance. I want you to really consider, how many times have we heard that? Never let them see you sweat, as if being stoic means that you are more powerful. We started to equate having no emotion with elevation. And I don't know about you, but seeing me sweat helps people see my humanity. I think that some people are haters, so I'm not talking about people who are just haters. But I think when we give people the false impression that we are tiptoeing through the tulips versus climbing mountains of adversity, we almost set ourselves up for attack. Now, I'm not saying spill all your tea, and I'm not saying that we should tell people all of our wounds and woes, but I think it's something about being authentic and saying this is really hard. By saying this, I'm really struggling with the situation, or being a parent is really difficult, or it's challenging being married, whatever the truth is, and let people see you sweat because you're human, because you have emotions, because you're not a robot. Not only will it free you, but it will free them. That we can stop all these facades and acting and wearing masks because we can tell the truth. We can tell the truth that yes, we're struggling, but we still have strength. We can tell the truth that this is hard, but we're not going to quit. We can tell the truth that we failed, but we got back up again. And so I am committed to letting people know that I'm sweating, that I'm failing, that I'm falling, not because I'm trying to be or exhibit this sense of false humility, but I want people to know that it's hard, and that it's hard, but hard doesn't mean that it's impossible. So never let them see you sweat. I want you to think about how many times have you operated under that premise and how destructive that premise has been in your life. The third lesson that I learned as a little girl, that big girls don't cry. Oh my God. I wish I would have accepted that that was a lie. Because instead of crying and dealing with my emotions, I ate myself into an eating disorder. And some people did not eat that stopped eating. Some people gambled and spent money that they did not have or used their bodies. They did all type of things to numb themselves because we were taught that big girls didn't cry. So if we couldn't cry, we had to find a way to deal with our uncomfortable emotions, with our painful feelings. We had to find a way to deal with our secrets, to deal with our wounds. And many times we found ways that were very destructive to our psyches, destructive to our bodies, and destructive to our relationships. So I want you to think about, did you learn that lesson that big girls didn't cry? And how has that lesson affected your relationships and impeded your ability to experience and express the full range of your humanity? Because we have a lot of emotions, good, bad, not even good, bad, that just really are, really. But I want you to think about how you have accepted that message as true, but it's really a trap. And it prevented you from expressing and experiencing all of who you are. So I want you to take a moment to think about these three lessons that we learned growing up. And I placed a sheet for you to think of other lessons that you have learned about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a mother, what it means to be a sister, what it means to be a corporate leader, what it means to be a woman in any profession. And think about all of the lessons, all of the opinions, all of the insights, all of the paradigms that we were taught, and realize that those paradigms were indeed prisons. We can trust each other. You can cry. You can laugh. You can tell people that it's hard. You can be honest. You can be authentic. You can be truthful about your experience. Because if not, you will never be able to enjoy your full humanity, because you will be imprisoned and incarcerated by rules and social norms and conditioning and programming and opinions and assumptions and obligations that don't support who you have been destined, called, and designed to be. I want you to remember that you can depend on you to soar higher, and you don't have to accept any belief that makes you behave or encourages you to behave in a way that does not honor your very soul. So think about the lessons, challenge the lessons with the truth, because I believe that the best is yet to come. So if you're not part of my mailing list, please sign up, and I look forward to sharing more messages with you in the months to come. Blessings to you always.